volunteer at the Pride Center. I've done it for a number of years now, and it's an interesting relationship because I don't have an official role as far as the administration of the university is concerned, but this group that tends to be more a minority group, LGBTQ people, have offered me space on campus in that sense, but I also helped keep things going by keeping the center open by being there. So.
And you had mentioned that you've indeed heard quite a few stories of people's fear as they either come out or are afraid to come out, and that I guess is kind of interesting to see a man with a collar dealing with that here on the campus.
Yeah. I think that's been one of the pieces that's provided some inroads for me in terms of relating with students. I think, doing activism in the LGBTQ community and inviting positive conversation around that isn't something that's necessarily associated with the church. And so as soon as I make myself known to be an ally, I think people see other things about me as well and are willing to engage in conversation with me as well. I see the university campus is also being changed because what it does is it invites diversity and it invites other expressions of life into our midst. And I think that's been one of the issues with Kelowna and the Okanagan for a while, is it's been pretty white, rich, Christian. So, I mean, I even see the mosque that is growing in its population of Muslim people on Highway 33 as being an indicator of that, the new Sikh temple in Rutland and so on. All those things are indicators that we're diversifying. I'm really glad for that.
UBC is one of the only universities in Western Canada that flies the rainbow flag, and one of two in the entire nation.
We have freedoms and rights in Canada. It's encouraging to see the It Gets Better campaign gain momentum on this continent. We are then to free others. How do we do that? I'm not talking about physically breaking people out of prison or going to war in regions that aren't just like us, but rather working on behalf of others with little or no voice, to give rights, to build public perception, to act in solidarity. I want to tell you that if you follow what some have said, that we are to live and let live, that is, just stay out of others' way, I want to tell you that you may be perpetrating injustice by your inaction. If your needs are met, if your rights are not being trampled, then you must speak up for the rights of those who cannot.
I know I get asked, well, why do you still practice all those legal rights that we have? And yes, legally we do, but you still see people that don't get treated the same, treated equally. I've been very fortunate in my travels, but I know friends even in this community that haven't had that same luxury.
After a bit of a shaky start with the construction last year, the Pride Center has since been able to establish themselves in the new University Center, in a location that will continue to foster an environment that provides support to the LGBTQ/TTI community. Now, in 2011, we celebrate the 8th year of the Pride Center and the 5th official OutWeek here on campus.
We raise the rainbow flag for 1 week each year to signal the beginning of OutWeek. We celebrate and raise awareness about the LGBTQI community on campus. So that's my deal. Happy OutWeek, everybody. Go ahead. All right.
We do have a special guest today to come talk.
That is Spencer Chandra from Vancouver's West End. And if everyone could give Spencer their attention, we're really happy to have him, so thanks for coming, Spencer.
So my name is Spencer Chandra Herbert. I'm the MLA for Vancouver West End. So for those that aren't aware of where that is, that's right downtown with all the tall, pointy buildings, right beside Stanley Park, and really the kind of so-called cultural home for the queer community in BC. It was one of the real birthplaces of a movement for social justice, for equality for all LGBT people, and still remains really at the forefront in the province of calling for equality and calling for justice for people who are different sexual orientations, different cultures, what have you. So I'm really glad that I could be here to celebrate with you. So bringing greetings from my constituency of the West End. So we've got to go beyond just saying no bullying. We've got to say we want to embrace diversity in all its many different contexts. So we're trying to get that into the education system. Really, it's about making change, and a positive change. And it's got to be more than just being friendly. We also actually need the government to step in when things are so out of whack and some people are being targeted and discriminated against, to make them feel welcomed as full members of our society. Because only then will we have a great and welcoming province. And only then will we all get to be a little queer and not feel like we're going to get bullied or beaten up. So
about 2 years ago, I held a forum in the gay and lesbian community, etc., in Kelowna, and I invited people from that community to sit down with myself to do a sort of an open discussion about the effects of what it's like in Kelowna to be in that part of the society, and also if people feel comfortable reporting to the police when they have been the victim of a hate crime or they believe they have, and also to sort of articulate and give a better understanding to folks about what it exactly means to be involved in a hate crime, or how we have to investigate things in order to prove that it's a hate crime. So that was a great success for me, and I think it really opened up a lot of people's eyes. But I will say, though, that one of the things that really discouraged me is that people still fear calling the police, particularly in our community. And that really had a profound effect on me, because as a member of the community, it just really is one of those things where you want to make sure that people feel comfortable to call.